Hello, this is your dynamic host, Dr. Stella with Dynamic Therapy and Wellness Services. Love begins in the heart. Your heart is at the center of your health. Be encouraged as you embrace love. Be inspired as you make healthier choices every day. I know you've been following our podcast on the mind, body, and spirit because of the great love you have for yourself. In this, I know that you're going to continue to be with us as we share with you simple things you can do to embrace health and wellness. I believe you have great love for your family and friends, so much that you're going to share this important information with them and share this link with them. Heart disease is known as the leading cause of death in the US. But the good news is, there's a lot we can do. It's well documented and known that if we can take care of our ABCs, it is well documented and known that heart disease can be reduced by taking care of your ABCs. What are the ABCs, you may ask? A stands for A1C, which is your hemoglobin A1C, the percentage of red blood cells in your blood carrying a sugar molecule. A1C is a measure which is used to assess diabetes and the risk of diabetes. So by keeping the A1C under normal, which is under 6.5, under 7 in some instances, you can reduce your risk of heart disease. B stands for blood pressure. By keeping the blood pressure under normal, below 120 for the high number and 70 for the number below, reduces the risk of heart disease. C stands for cholesterol. By maintaining normal body levels of cholesterol and a good ratio between your good and your bad cholesterol, you can actually reduce heart disease. My recommendation is to see your doctor so you can know your ABCs. I'm not talking about the ABCs from kindergarten. I'm talking about the ABCs you can know today and lower your ABCs and lower your risk of heart disease. Why is this important? We all have one heart. We can't afford to lose it. It's about time we take care of our hearts because love begins in the heart. Before we can love someone, we have to be living. In order to live, you gotta have a heart. So let's take care of the heart. How does the heart work? In order to understand how the heart works, we have to understand that it's a pump with 4 chambers. There's a right side and a left side. The right side of the heart is responsible for sending blood to the lungs. The left side of the heart is responsible for sending blood to the rest of the body. But the chambers are located on top of each other. 2 on the right, 2 on the left. Blood does not cross over in the midsection, only in the event when there's a defect in the heart. Why this is important is because the chambers have muscle. And the heart muscle is unique in that I don't tell my heart when to beat. It beats with a rhythm, which is inborn. We were created with a rhythm. And this rhythm over time can be changed, altered by what we eat, how we live, how much we move. And that's important. In our future podcast, we are going to emphasize how to care for a heart. But for today, I want you to understand that the heart is a pump and the pump is affected by pressure in the vessels. It's a network, just like any other network. What's happening in the center in the heart can spread throughout the network. And resistance in the network affects the function of the heart. That's why maintaining your your blood pressure is very important. Because you don't want the heart to be working against all this resistance from its network. So maintaining blood pressure is directly related to maintaining a good cholesterol level. Why is this important? Let me share with you. The arteries connected to the heart. These are the hoses or pipes which extend throughout the whole body. And blood from the heart, the left side, is pumped into these arteries. So when the arteries have reduced room or they are narrowed because cholesterol has plugged these arteries, the walls of the inside, then there is not enough room for blood to go through. So pressure in the arteries is higher. It's almost like this. You hook a hose to a faucet. Picture this. The faucet is so wide. When you turn the faucet on, water is gonna trickle out down through the hose, right? Turn the faucet on, water is gonna trickle slowly through the hose. But if you switch that hose and you put a hose which is much narrower, turn the same faucet on, the water is gonna gush out. So literally, you can change pressure in the hose by changing the size of the hose. So what cholesterol does, it reduces the size of the hoses, which is the arteries. So by keeping cholesterol under control, blood pressure can be lowered because there's more room in the hoses, the arteries, for blood to flow. So what is the connection between all this and heart disease, you may ask? Let me tell you. Picture the pump. The pump is always working with the rhythm. And if the pump is working against resistance because the hose is so narrow, the pump is gonna fail. Yes, congestive heart failure, heart disease, the muscle gets tired of working against all this resistance because cholesterol is where it shouldn't be. So that being said, it's important. What about the A, the A1C? What's the relationship between diabetes and heart disease? Let me share a little bit about diabetes and heart disease connection with you. Remember we talked about the hoses? Diabetes makes the hose harder, stiffer, so hard that when the heart pumps the blood, the hose cannot stretch in and out anymore because the walls of the arteries has been hardened, and that's why diabetes affects the arteries, reduces blood flow. So in order to take care of your heart, because you love it so much and you love yourself so much, remember to take care of your ABCs. Maintain a good blood glucose level. Manage diabetes, prevent diabetes, and then the blood pressure. There are a lot of other things which you need to do to keep the blood pressure down. Reduced salt intake. Too much salt in our diet can keep the blood pressure high. Maintain a good cholesterol. So ABC is the key. This information can be found on the internet. American Heart Association is vast of resources for you. I am just here to tell you, remind you again that we just celebrated Valentine. Great thing. But love begins in the heart. Your heart is at the center of your health. Again, this is your dynamic host, Dr. Stella, here at NWI Educate. See you next time. Be sure to tune in so you don't miss out on anything concerning your health. Have a wonderful, wonderful life. Best life ever. Thank you.